Okay, what's up you guys? It's another tutorial Tuesday. Before we get started, it might be a little slow upload, so I'm gonna pretty much be pre-recording a lot of stuff so I can get you guys some content steadily because I start school back tomorrow, which really sucks. I'm gonna be a sophomore now. I'm 15, so yeah, and I have a whole bunch of AP classes, so of course that's gonna be taking up a lot of time. But of course, I am a multitasker and I can focus on more than one thing. So I'm gonna try to focus on music, YouTube, and school all at the same time, and try to keep good content and good quality content and help you guys out with stuff. Um, but right now I get so many questions, and I'm gonna tell you guys now. If you guys ask me questions about how I get my chords the way they are, I really can't explain music theory to you guys. It's just something that I really can't explain myself. I know it, but I can't explain it. You'd have to go to kind of like a professional teacher or something for that, or really study that online. Because I actually took piano lessons for about, I took it for a year, but I've been playing since I was like 6. So I've only taken lessons for a year, but I just know what sounds good because I I just know what I like. There's really no there aren't good chords. I mean, banging on a keyboard could sound beautiful to someone in the world. So there really aren't good or bad chords. It just matters what you like, and you have to find your own sound and things like that. So, but we're not going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about how to get your stuff to sound more realistic. So, a lot of people have a bad habit of sticking to the grid. And if you listen to my songs, a lot of the times I'll mess with the velocities of the pianos and other instruments to give it more of a realistic feel, because you want to have that kind of feel with all the different kind of dynamics and things. So if you just have everything on the grid, it's boring and it sounds too perfect, and you don't want everything to sound really perfect. You want to have the element of realism in your tracks. So this is just the chords we're going to work with, but we're going to make them sound even better. So this is what we're going to work with. Okay, I have no idea if I'm ever going to use these chords, so it's whatever. But okay, so basically I'm going to just teach you guys how to get that realistic feel. So depending on what piano VST you're using, for me, I use True Pianos. So I'm trying to think of something. Okay, so basically with True Pianos, I'd say you want to have your velocity threshold in the middle. You want to have your velocity floor. It really doesn't matter where this is. I usually keep it right about here in the middle, so about negative 12 dB. Velocity threshold middle. Release doesn't matter. You can have this up or down. I usually just have it up a little bit. Reverb doesn't matter. Doesn't matter which one you use. I personally like to use amber a lot, but I'm just going to use diamond for the purpose of this tutorial. Different kind of settings, but you could tweak with that in your own little thing, because this works in Nexus or whatever you are using. So once you get your desired settings of how you want your piano to sound, this is how mine sounds. Okay, so we're gonna go inside of here, and this is how we're gonna get this realistic feel. So the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna turn your snap to grid. You're gonna turn that to none. So that basically means that there is no really like the grid. So yeah, it's pretty much no grid now. It's just all loosey goosey. So now you can really mess with it and get a better feel of things. So what I like to do to get a good feel, the first thing I usually like to do is mess with I don't know the correct term for this. I'm bad with terminology, guys. Sorry about this. But I like to have the notes. It's hard to explain. I'll just do it. So just follow what I'm about to do. So let's see this. Actually, let's go to 1/6 step. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, once I've done that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shorten it so then it doesn't clash with the next chords. Yeah, this could be pretty tedious, but I don't know the correct term for this. It's kind of like a roll off with your fingers, but this is what I like to do when I play even when I do play the piano in my living room. This is what I like to do. It's just so it's not so perfect. You might need to offset it just a little bit more, like just a little bit. Yeah, that might work better. Okay, so another thing, we're gonna mess with the velocity. Let me reset this. So first of all, we're gonna get this little roll off thing going. So let's get that with all the chords. Shorten this a bit. Okay, so that's good. So basically we're just gonna have those two doing that low effect. Now before we mess with the velocity, here's something else I like to do in order to kind of build up into the next chord. So okay, doo-doo. Okay, so now what we're gonna do to give it that effect even more, so let me turn this up a bit so I can hear better. Okay, so what we're gonna do to just make this effect even more effective, what you have to do is you have to mess with the velocity, which is basically in real life how hard you press the keys. So that's what these are right here, and that's what they're used for, and I use these a lot. These are very important when it comes to chords and things. So let me mess with this a bit. So I usually have this at a lower velocity and this at a higher velocity, so it kind of builds up. And another thing, you want to alter each individual note when it comes to this kind of roll-off effect. So I usually do this, I'll drag it down, and usually I'll just make all of them just a But yeah, that's pretty much what I like to do a lot, and that's how you get that feel. And if you want to do something even cooler, this is what you do. You take this and you're gonna put it up an octave higher. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna offset it just a little teensy tiny bit from what the octave below it is. So you're gonna take 1/6 step and maybe 2 times. And it gives you an even more realistic feel, which is really cool. So that's pretty much the whole tutorial, I think. Yeah, this is what can really help you guys. I guess you guys can copy the MIDI if you want to, but yeah, that's pretty much how you get that realistic feel and how I do that in my tracks. When I reach a certain milestone, because I've been getting a lot of requests from it, like you guys emailing me, like messaging me on my fan page on Facebook. By the way, go like that. It's Zanwild, just like my page. But you guys ask me a lot to do reviews over like my tracks like Utopia and Paradise and Unity, and I'm guessing it's gonna be Eden too, because that actually drops on Thursday. So I'm guessing there's gonna be a few people asking about that. So when I reach a milestone, I think when I hit 10,000, when I'm able to hit like 10,000 or like 7,000 on this channel, that's when I'll start going over those, because I want it to be worthwhile. I want a lot of people to be able to look at that, and you know, like just so a lot of people can learn from it. So when I'm able to get at least maybe like 1,000 views per video, that's when I'll be like, okay, it's time for me to start whipping out the big guns and, you know, actually really try to help people. But yeah, I hope this really helped you guys. I know when I started I looked for stuff like this, but yeah, if you guys did enjoy this, please rate, comment, subscribe, share it with all your friends that produce, put it in all types of forums, or recommend it to just whoever you know that's trying to produce. And yeah, I hope you guys have a nice day or night, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Have a nice day. Peace.